Hello and welcome back to BallySpring. We find ourselves in October, which is hopefully going to be a very busy month. We've got some ploughing underway in a couple of our fields. Two have already been done in field 106 and 107. 108 is currently being ploughed. What we want to try and do today is finish off the ploughing, spread some carbo lime and some lime. So we've already got 10,000 litres of lime at the 10 bags of lime at the farm, which we paid for. That was £4,500. And we've got some carbo lime, which is a new lime for the map, essentially. So we have leased our bridal spreader, which is the only lime spreader that will allow carbo lime, and we've also got 4,200 litres of seeds on board as well. The aim today is to try and get some crops in the ground as part of, well, autumn planting. So what we would like to try and do is get 2 fields of OSR in and a field of mint, both crops which are completely new for the map, so I thought it would be a good idea to try and see what they look like and see how difficult they are to manage. So to get the income in place, we have sold 1 trailer full of silage. So that's already gone and done and dusted. So the bales which we produced last time out generated about £45,000, which is nice. And that's also allowed us to service our tractor. So the McCormack was starting to struggle last time out, and yeah, it's quite good to keep up the servicing of the tractor. So let's unstrap this. Should be all of them. Yep, we should. No, why would it be all of them? So there, and there's a secret one underneath there. There we go. So it should now, yes, we've managed to get the spreader off. So we want to spread the fields with lime before we put any crops in the ground. But let's talk through the plan today. So we have the defender. Let's get off the animal trailer. There we go. And we should be able to sneak through. And the fields which we cut in the first month for the silage and hay, we're going to hopefully get another grass cut off them in November, and that should ensure we are fully topped up for our silage. So this field has already been ploughed, and that is field 106. Let's take the short drive down. You can see the tractor just in the distance. 107 has also been ploughed, and that's nice and ready to go, but you can see pH value is bad, very bad. And I did notice the gear stick actually changes in this car, which is quite very good. And also I noticed unsurprisingly, I made an error last time, whereas this isn't actually a glitch. You can put the barbed wire fence up and undo the barbed wire fence, so that's good. So this field is currently being ploughed with the Fiat, and again, pH value bad, so not good all round. It's taking the very bumpy trip up to the field, and all our fields will need an element of spreading, and our first candidate is going to be 106, which didn't manage to change the name, so should be a very quick job. And let's have a look. Oh, so it's not actually. Is precision farming not picking up the carbo lime then? Interesting. So if we go to precision farming, pH, no, it's not picking it up at all. interesting and a shame. Right, we're going to dump the carbo lime and get the lime in. Take 2 at lime spreading. So we've filled back up with normal standard lime. And let's have a go, and that is working perfectly. So hopefully a very quick job at lime spreading. You can see the pH value in the mini-map in the bottom left hand corner is changing, so that's what we were after last time. And this is the former red beet field. We should also probably consider a root crop going in, but we can address that in springtime. So yeah, we're going to get this field and the field next to us limed, and then we can commence planting or drilling. Nice, quick and easy job. 2 fields limed. We've got 2,000 litres left. Ploughing's still going nicely. Tractor's getting absolutely filthy, which is good. Looks like it's had a good night out somewhere. All nicely covered in white. So we're going to get attached to the seed drill and begin our first crops in the ground in BallySpring. So exciting times on the farm. We're going to drop this over by where the lime is currently stored, and we'll fill this up. We're going to have this spreader on lease for quite some time, as essentially every single one of our fields needs some form of treatment. So look, 106, well, that didn't get renamed. Why did that not get renamed? And that is OSR. There we go. So every single one of our fields requires lime, and we have quite a few. So currently the plan is these 3 get drilled today, and then 109, the soybean field, is not ready, has quite a few weeds in it, but can't do anything for that at the moment until after the crop has been harvested. So that should be harvested next month. So just want to check, needs ploughing. So all these fields need ploughing. There's quite a few weeds in 111, 110 and 113, but hopefully ploughing of 106, 107 and 108 will suppress the weeds for another year. And yes, 109 is going to be ready next month. 112, I believe, will have another growth stage. So we can do 104, 105, 112 and 113 next time round to get some additional silage. I think we've got enough to get through the winter. Certainly got enough hay. And in terms of silage, does it... No, it'll be... This menu will say we currently have 548,000 litres of silage. Hay, we have 136,000. So we can use that if we need to do so. So let's get attached to the drill and let's get set up and ready to go. Going through the crops available in this drill, we got spelt, vet rye, green rye, humus, mustard, flower and catch crop, alfalfa, clover, grass, field grass, winter barley, winter wheat, mint, and then we go through the standard. There's no OSR. So we're going to do some triticale in this field, and 107 as well. If you know how to do OSR, again, please let me know in the comments, because, well, we're failing. If anything it could go wrong today, it would. So drill is on, drill is drilling, and the tractor is getting whiter and whiter, but the ground is giving us some lovely crop in the ground. So ploughing's going to continue on the far field, and yeah, we're going to get this done.
I'm thankful for the ones that give Yeah, my boys work hard, but not quite as hard as me. I bust my ass for them, and my old man taught me that nothing good in life comes free. These worn hands keep a roof over our heads. I'm thankful for the ones that give my family a bed. And I'll break my back for my old man's sake. And when my boy's a man, he'll do the same. With his worn hands, I do it for my kin, the ones that came before me and the ones that'll come after them. We won't let that blue collar fade. If you like me, let me hear you say these worn hands keep a roof over our heads. I'm thankful for the ones that give my family a bed. And I'll break my back for my old man's sake. And when my boy's a man, he'll do the same. With his worn hands.
Well, that was an epic drilling session. Whilst we were doing those 3 fields, we've managed to get field on the left of us ploughed, and this one started as well. We've left the spreader handily right in the middle of the road, so we're gonna squeeze past, and that'll be a wrap for today's drilling. We'll probably then have to look at spring cropping for next time around. We'll have to find a good place to store the cedar that isn't in the middle of the farm. Probably could have gone through that cowshed, but that would have been far too easy. Anyway, there we go. One thing which we want to do today is just nip down to the animal dealer and see if there's any new stock on hand. We're not going to roll this year, just down to the fact that the yield improvements from this year alone. Oh, there's a header. The yield improvements from actually putting some lime down, and also when we get to it, fertilizing. It's one thing we'll probably have to have a quick check in the sale for, see if there's any good spreaders. There we go. That's that attached. Another thing which we want to try and do is get a sprayer, as in a power wash. So let's have a quick check of what is on offer. So that's a nice transporter. We are going to try and use slurry and fertilizer as much as possible. This is on offer, which is a nice deal, so we're going to pick that up for £614. Shout if you shout and wave, as in the words of Mr. Tumble, if you see anything else that we need. Oat, yes we do, but I don't really want that at the moment, so no is the short answer to that. And we'll go back into the shop because we need some form of sprayer, and we're going to also add in a power washer. So let's go right back up to where we should be. So sprayers, so always go for the mega. Don't appear to have the small sprayer installed on this server, so I feel that this will be too big. 24 meters. That's 27, 30 meters. Might have to go look at the mega 1200 liters, or we can see what comes into the sale in the next month or two, and pick it up from there. Quite a few Fiats, available, decent horsepower, decent prices, but nothing massively catches the eye at the moment. A skid steer would be handy, but not essential. The T8 Genesis would be lovely, and the increase seat capacity would again be good. So construction, and we want to have a look at tools. So I don't have the yellow one installed, so we're going to go for this one. And we want it, where do we want it? Place it there. And let's drive the McCormack, because I think this machine deserves a well-earned wash. I can find it, there it is. So yeah, animals are all nicely fed. Wouldn't mind some milkers and some beef cattle. We can start to get set up the pastures as well for the next couple of well, that'll only start really in spring. And I would have liked to have got some clover planted today, but I am worried about the rain shortly coming in. And we'll have to stop the plough once that happens. So nice and clean McCormack. It has been fueled, it has been serviced, and hopefully in November. Oh, we still got some sugar beet in there. Oh, bread beet in there. That's nice. Trying not to smash into the tractor. Let me know your thoughts about adding the advanced damage mod as well to the server, and seeing if that. Well, I'm pretty confident it'll make it more difficult, but don't want to make it overly complex, where we make little to no progress. But I've not used it before, so might be an interesting challenge. Right, we're going to take the short trip down to the dealer in the, well, it looks like we've beaten in the dealer with the once we've gone through the field with the lime. Slightly off piste, but yeah, we're going to take the short trip down to the animal dealer and see if we can find some nice beef cattle and maybe even some more milkers. So we've spent a few pennies and we've got a backside of a cow sticking out the back of the Ivor Williams trailer, which is pretty. We've managed to get ourselves a good amount of stock. We've got 2 Anguses, we've got a bull and a female, a cow. We've got a shorthorn milker, and I believe we've also got a Kerry. Not 100% sure. These are all going to have to go, well, everything apart from the Brown Swiss and Holstein will have to go in the other shed for the time being. Oh, I'm going to quickly nip in front of you, sorry, bad driver. And yeah, we're going to get these into the shed. They're all really good quality, and hopefully we can get some beef stock on the go, which will continue to supplement the income throughout the winter. So yeah, I think that's a really successful day. We've got 5 fields ploughed in total. We've got 3 of them lined, 2 of them drilled with triticale and a mint crop, which I'm excited to see. And we'll make a plan for what's going to go into the other 2 fields as well. So yeah, really happy with the progress that we're making. Obviously, as we go through the winter months, we'll probably start to skip a few months just to keep up the pace of the series, because it's going to be interesting watching as I can't get used to coming out of the right hand side of the of their trailer. So we'll have a little bit more detail, a little bit better look of what we actually bought, because I have a memory of a sieve. So yes, we've got nothing to go into this shed, so we picked up an Angus and an Angus bull, and that can start to hopefully breed and get us some more animals. Got a red Holstein cow, and we've got 2 Kerry cows as well, and then we've got a shorthorn milker. All of these will have to go into the shed over here. There we go. Just remembered where the trigger is. Happy days. So let's move all these. I know there is a shortcut key, but unfortunately the way I've got my OBS, my screen set up, it doesn't allow me to see it. So there we go. So we now have more of a complement of cows. In the shed, they've got more than enough food, more than enough straw. They'll start to produce some manure in the coming months. But yeah, successful day, more cows. In the months to come, we'll be selling some more of the silage to ensure that we have funds in the account, and we don't want our cows escaping, but we're going to leave it there. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. Episode 1 has just been released, and well, thank you everyone who watched it. It's big for a very small channel. So again, I hope you have enjoyed. I'll hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.